Alright, I'm hoping by the time that this video is released is that this number is 100 or more and that this URL is something different. But I just wanted to say thank you to everybody who's been supporting this channel. I've been doing ECFA Daily for 2 weeks now. It's starting to feel more like a habit and something I enjoy doing rather than feeling like a chore that I have to get out daily. So yeah, just thank everybody for supporting me. Like, the encouragement has been really helpful in motivating me to make more of these. And also, particularly, thank you to people who have been commenting. I really appreciate YouTube comments just because it encourages discussion and also gives me feedback on things to work on. So those people are Matt LaGreca, Jim, DJ Pendaga, Quadstar, Zodiac, Implode, Furious Dan, Bibbit, McYongers, GameCube756, Rafflecopter, Mark Grady, Ferretboy96, Warp Drive, Now Hikari, Dgram13, and Josh McKinnon. Thank you guys so much. I'm just going to do some housekeeping here. ECFA did release their first patch 1.1. The way that they released this is really nice. In this folder is a songs folder, and what you can do is just drop this directly over your existing songs folder. And as long as you haven't modified your ECFA 2021 folder, then all of the files, you'll choose the option to replace all files with the same name, and then you'll have the new patch. And it fixes 3 things. It fixes some sync issues that Mute took a look at. There were some either like corrected annotations or missing annotations that were now added. And also, the biggest issue that I noticed was that some of the no CMOD songs were scrolling too slow, just from a discrepancy about how BPMs were calculated. So definitely grab that patch if you haven't already. Also, ECFA released their first news update. The big notes are first batch of DLC coming on March 1st. So if you're feeling burned out on playing these songs, then on March 1st there will be more content. Also, they did notice that there's maybe not enough lower content within the 7s and 8s range, so they're making an effort to add more of that as well. And also, what did it say? Update on event feedback. There were some funny conversations to be had about, why is this song worth this many points, or this other song is worth this many points when it's way harder or something. They have observed this as a problem in some sense. But since I like this part the most, since people have already submitted scores and that some of these songs are already active in the event, they're going to do analysis on what things needed to be corrected and how to kind of correct the pointing formula after the event ends. So that's a lot of fun. Yeah, I really respect not changing the point values on existing songs, so hopefully they take some of these feedback to mind as they release new content. So on that note, I actually want to take a look at this chart. This is R Styles. It is a 12, and I think it is severely underpointed. Like, severely underpointed. This is a song from ITG Alex's compilation 4. It is a 12 at 174 BPM, and it just has me moving my ass the whole time. Chief Skittles rated this a 2 in rhythms, which I disagree with. I think it should be at least a 3. It's mostly 16th notes, but it's very syncopated, and there's kind of bursts all around. This was rated a 10 technique. Like, if you can see here, there's a lot of patterns that start with brackets and resolve in brackets, and also mix in broken rhythms and turns. So, I mean, when I play this song, it is just like overwhelming. This is definitely not sight read friendly. This is not something you just kind of like jump on the machine without deep studying, yeah, like these repeated brackets, or those jacks or foot switches. I haven't done the research to find out. I don't know. Like, this song is just like so tiring. Like, this is the break. Oh my goodness, I'm just like tired watching this. Yeah, more like broken rhythm turns. I think those are brackets. Like, I don't know what's going on here. For real. This chart is just so much work. It really only has that one part where it lets up. This is 5,200 points. Max. That's another thing, is like, the point values are, you know, it's 5,200 if you get all masterfuls on it. If you get a masterful full combo on it. Like, ridiculous. So, in comparison, let's take a look at the point values for this, right? So our styles... Alphabet. Our styles is a 5 in speed. I would argue that a 6 could be possible. I guess I haven't looked at the BPMs of the other songs. Stamina 8 I agree with. Movement could definitely be a 7 or an 8. I swear to God. Technique I agree with 10. And rhythms should at least be a 3. I personally can make an argument for 4. But actually some of these 12s are pretty hard on the rhythm side. Like, what is quick attack? I kind of get it, but man, like, our styles is rough. Meanwhile, so that song's worth 5,200. Some of these are backwards to me. Like, I think Gekka... I personally think Gekka is easier than our styles, and yet it's worth more. I think Orange Sky will get its own video at some point here. Orange Sky is worth a lot of points, because it also gets the no C mod bonus for light gimmicks. I think Stomp to My Beat is also easier than our styles, and it's worth, what is that, 5,700, so 500 more points. What else is there? Towards the Horizon I also personally find easier than our styles, and it's worth 300 more points. Vampire Killer I think is easier and is worth the same number of points. So this is actually... No, it's easier and it's worth the same amount of points. That means I think our styles should either be worth more or Vampire Killer should be worth less. One or the other. Something's gotta change. Same here, like You're Beautiful is worth 5,200. I think this chart's way easier, right? Those 3 charts, Vampire Killer, You're Beautiful, and our styles. If those are all worth 5,200 points, I'm going to avoid our styles, because the amount I have to work in order to get those 5,200 points is just like, it's too much. But I think the biggest takeaway out of this conversation is that there's just so many ways to be good at ITG. Or I guess calling it ITG is probably not the best these days. I should probably call it like 4-panel Stepmania pad dance game. You can find a more eloquent word for it. Or we'll just call it Waterfall or something. There's just so many ways to be good at this game. There's a lot of skill sets, right? So there's stamina, foot speed, rhythmic timing, like skittle timing, movement tech, things like that. And your perceived difficulty and what you think certain songs should be worth is heavily dependent on your personal skill sets and what you find easy and what you find hard. So, I mean, I think our styles is very hard. I'm super bad at movement tech. You know, some of the songs that are worth more, I don't know, like I think Stomp to My Beat is easy. There's not a lot of movement in it, you know, but one man's trash is another man's treasure. You know, it's just really personal. So, you know, when we have these discussions, just kind of keep that in mind. It's a competitive event. I like doing score comparisons like this. I really like ragging on Orange Sky for just being overvalued. We can start making jokes like, oh, the new ECFA 14 released. And someone can ask like, oh, is it? I bet Orange Sky is still worth more than that 14. You know, we can make jokes about it. I think it's fun discussions we have, but just, you know, don't take it personally. Have fun with it. You know, that's all I have for today. I'll catch you guys tomorrow.